guys, what is up and happy new year. I am so freaking excited that it is 2019. If you watched my 2018 recap, then you know last week actually I hit a very bad day. I need to like pull this together. 2018 was rough, but I am so freaking glad to be here on the other side. If you didn't watch that video, make sure that you watch that video, and if you want to read the blog post, I share like what really happened in 2018, my struggles with growing my blog, making money, why I had to get a part-time job, and stuff like that. So if you want like a real raw response, you definitely want to check out that blog post because that's a killer. But in this video, I want to talk to you guys about New Year's resolutions, goals, intention setting, and stuff like that. So if you have been following me on my blog or my Instagram, then you probably already know that I am obsessed with goal setting. I'm obsessed with productivity. I'm obsessed with just creating plans in general. I just really like it. And I actually have my ebook, The Blog Hustler, that goes over my exact strategies on how to set goals, and it breaks it down step by step with worksheets and everything, and it makes it so that your goals are actually achievable, and I know that you will actually achieve your goals if you follow that process. It's really freaking killer. And then I also have my productivity guide and a planner, Big Plans, which it's great for goal setting as well, but it's more so about how to create this system to achieve those goals by improving your productivity and working smarter instead of harder. So if you want to check those two things out, I will include them in the description bar down below. They are definitely a necessity for 2019, and I actually use that system when I wrote out all of my goals. So I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about how you can set your goals and some tips when it comes to setting your goals. And then I also want to share my goals for 2019. I almost said 2018. So let's get to the 5 tips real quick, and then we'll get to my goals. The very first thing you need to do before you ever set any goals is just look back at all that you have accomplished. So right now, if you're setting new year goals for 2019, you want to look back at 2018 and realize how much you have accomplished. I actually thought about this at the very beginning of 2018, and at the very back of my journal, this was my journal for 2018, I started a list of all the things that I had accomplished, and I went through and I wrote a whole list as the year went on, and it ended up even going to the next page. But some of the things that I put on there were, of course, the launch of the Blog Biz Bundle, the Blog Hustler, my TCB Masterclasses, and the TCB Vault, as well as Big Plans. I launched a lot this year. Published 50 YouTube videos. That was a big step for me. I rebranded The Content Bug to Cathrin with The Content Bug in hopes of growth and stuff in the future. I put on there that I landed my first member of the TCB Vault because that was exciting as well. I made my first real book. I reached I reached 10,000 page views a month. I attended a private closed webinar with Tailwind and other influencers. I held my first giveaway. I had my first brand collaboration. I reached 10,000 views on YouTube. I even talk about how much money I made, and I flew on a plane 13 times. I had 13 flights in 2018. So I just put on there some things that I accomplished in 2018, and I recommend that you do the same before you ever set any goals for the next year. It's also extremely important to mark your starting point, because how can you know what goals to set if you don't know where you are right now? So what I like to do, I try to do it every quarter, but honestly sometimes it ends up falling through if I'm not as like driven or dedicated to the goals that I set out for myself, and sadly that happened a lot in 2018. But I like to go through every single quarter, or at least at the beginning and end of every year, and I mark my stats and what I have accomplished or where I am at that point. So at 2018, I will look at where I was at the beginning and then where I was at the end and see all that I have accomplished. But at the beginning of 2019, I went through and I also wrote down all of my stats and where I am at currently. So for every person, that's going to be a bit different. For me, that meant, let's see what I put down. So I have my social media stats, my email stats, my courses. So that means how many people enrolled in my courses, how much money I've made with my courses. I also have all of my affiliates, the people that I am an affiliate of, which is really cool to have on hand, as well as how much money I've made. I've got my ads as well. I have my clients on here, and I also have my bank account, because I think it's pretty important to realize how much money is in my bank account, how much money are on my credit cards, and hopefully really improve that in 2019. So I think it's important to write down all of your stats, have a starting point, figure out where you actually want to improve, which leads to the next tip. You need to organize or categorize the areas on which you want to focus on. So once you kind of do that overview, if you are a blogger or a YouTuber and you look at like all your stats, so how many subscribers you have, how many social media followers you have, how many videos you are creating, or how many blog posts you are creating. You can also look at your income, your email subscribers, your like opportunities that you have available to you, and really figure out what you want to grow. Do you want your numbers to grow, meaning your subscribers and your followers, or do you want your money to grow, which is probably going to go hand in hand with your subscribers and followers, but it's really important to know. So you can break it down like that. So I actually break it down into business goals, fitness and health goals, and personal goals. Within my business comes the money, and comes the marketing, comes the content, and everything that goes within a business. You know, I throw all of those within my business goals, and I create 5 big business goals each year. But I think it's important to break them down so that you're not forgetting anything that you really need to improve or you want to work on this year. Make your goals measurable. This is a huge freaking tip, and it's really what sets apart a goal from a project. And if you want to learn more about that, I've got it all in, honestly, every single paid product I've created. It's the difference between a goal and a project, because I just think it is so important to know the difference between the two. A lot of people will say, like, their New Year's resolutions are, I want to get healthier, or I want to work out more, or let's say if you want to grow your blog, I want to grow my blog. I want to get more page views to my blog. I want to get more Instagram followers. I want to get more views on YouTube. But those goals aren't measurable. How can you really measure if you are working out more? If you, well, you can. If you aren't working out at all now and then you start working out, that is working out more. But if you want to eat healthier, let's say you already eat pretty healthy, how can you actually determine that you are eating healthier? So instead of using the word more, put a number in there and make it measurable. So if you want to gain 5,000 followers on Instagram, put that 5,000 in there, because that's measurable, and once you achieve it, you can check it off your list and you can feel accomplished. The same thing goes with working out. I wouldn't say personally, just because I've had a rough relationship with my body image, I wouldn't say lose 10 pounds, but I actually put on there some fitness goals that I want to achieve, and that's like doing yoga 4 times a week. Yoga is very good for my mind and my body, so I want to do yoga at least 4 times a week, as well as I want to master 3 new arm balances within yoga. I feel like my upper body strength just isn't that great, and whenever we do arm balances in yoga, there's a few that I can do, but I feel like I could really improve on that. So I made those measurable fitness goals instead of just having like a weight limit on there saying like I need to lose this much weight, but it's really up to you. Getting back to your blog or your business, make sure that you have a measurable number in there, like you want to have 10,000 page views, you want to have 5,000 followers, stuff like that you can actually measure and check off once you have achieved them. And then the last tip I want to give you when it comes to setting goals is have an end date in mind. So if you are setting your New Year's goals, it's probably just for the whole entire year that you want to achieve those goals. Just by the end of the year, you want to achieve them. And that is great. That is perfect. One of the things that I like to do is I like to actually separate mine by quarters or by months so that I have a specific focus and then I'm more like determined and driven, and I guess you could say really focused is like the word I'm thinking of here, to actually achieve those goals. It helps it so it narrows it down, so I'm not focused on everything all at once, but I'm focused on 1 or 2 specific things that I can actually achieve in a short period of time. So you want to make sure that you actually have a end date to all of your goals when you are setting them. And that's it when it comes to my tips of setting goals. I have a ton of tips when it comes to achieving goals, but I'm going to create a whole other video around that. Right now, I just want to share my goals for 2019 with you guys, and I actually have a blog post that is going to be coming out. I'm not sure if it's already going to be out or if it's going to come out soon, so I will include it in the description bar down below if it is already out. I don't have it planned out yet. But let's get to my goals. I feel like I've talked enough here. So I like to set 5 major goals every single year. They're just kind of like the all-encompassing goals, and then each one has like a few goals underneath it that I want to achieve or accomplish, as well as including the projects underneath each of them that I think I need to do in order to achieve that goal, which will be included in the how to actually achieve your goals video. So I'm not going to talk about that now, but my first goal for 2019 is to make $5,000 a month by March. So that means January and February, I'm giving myself a little leeway to build some things up. By March, I want to be making $5,000 every single month for the rest of the year. So that's a great one, saying I included an end date. That's my goal there. As of right now, my income is pretty inconsistent and I'm not too happy with it. So I really want to make sure that my income is increasing and that I do have enough money for my taxes, because it always tends to be a pain in the butt for me when taxes come around and I don't have enough money in my bank account for taxes. So I need to get better at saving money for taxes. That should be one of my goals, but it's actually like kind of in my intentions as well this year. The next goal is to have 200 people with the Blog Hustler by January. So everyone that signs up for the Blog Biz Bundle gets a free copy of the Blog Hustler. So those people are included in this goal. As of right now, I have 56 people with their hands on the Blog Hustler. So I'm very excited about that, and I've got some other plans for the Blog Hustler coming here in 2019, and I'm really excited about it because I think that's like my pride and joy, my probably most loved paid product that I've created. Increase lead generation to 300 email subscribers a month. This was actually a goal I set for myself in 2018, and I didn't really do anything to achieve it. I didn't create new email opt-ins. I didn't work on really growing my email list at all. So this is something that I put on this year as well, because I really do need to increase my lead generation, because that's how I end up getting most of my students in the TCB Vault and the Blog Biz Bundle. So I really want to increase my lead generation this year. The next one is all about social media. So I want to have 5,000 followers on Instagram, 10,000 followers on Pinterest, and 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. In the years past, I have set crazy goals for every single one of those. Well, I mean, my YouTube channel hasn't been around that long, but for the other ones, I've always set crazy goals of what I want to achieve, and I'm starting to realize my growth rate and how like fast those things are actually coming to me. So I've set more realistic goals this year on the numbers that I want to achieve within my social media platforms. So those are my goals there. And then my last goal, my like top 5 goals, is to increase site traffic to 25,000 page views a month. As of right now, my page views are still pretty low for a growing blogger, or I mean, I feel like I'm like pretty well established at this point, but I'm not as successful as I could be, obviously. But my page views are still pretty low. I'm averaging about 10,000 a month, and that's really not a lot of page views at all. When you look at other people on Pinterest and you're seeing the growth of other blogs, mine's pretty low. So I really want to get mine up to 25,000 page views a month this year, and that would be by December as well. So that is it when it comes to my 2019 goals. I am going to be sharing my intentions, like I said, in that blog post and another video coming up. So if you want to stick around and see those videos, make sure that you subscribe to my channel down below. Like this video while you are there, and I'll see you guys back here really soon. If you would like, please leave your goals in the comment section down below. I would love to see what you guys are hoping to achieve this year, and maybe give you a little bit of insight, a little bit of tips on how you can do that. If you are looking to grow your blog this year, I do have the Blog Hustler and the Blog Biz Bundle, both of which are really designed to help you grow your blog in 90 days or less. They give you exact strategies, step-by-steps that you need to use, and honestly, they're just filled with so much information that you really need to know, so you definitely want to check those out. And then if you're just looking to learn more information about blogging in general, and like maybe you don't have a specific focus, but you just want to learn more about email or social media or SEO, just kind of anything in general, the TCB Vault might be a good option for you, because that includes all of my knowledge there. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out, as well as I do have my Big Plans Productivity Planner. So if you want to check that out as well, it's included in the description bar down below. And I think I've done enough talking, so I will see you guys back here in another video very soon. Bye guys.